What's up, guys? This is Blayne at Applied Leadership Partners, and if you've worked with me or my partner Brandon, you know that we really love a couple of things. One is whiteboards and the other is metaphors. So if you'll indulge me today, I've got a metaphor that I want to share with you that I think is really timely and hopefully will resonate with a lot of you out there during these difficult times with COVID-19 resurging in a lot of the South and racial tension and economic challenges. I think there are a lot of people and a lot of businesses right now that will relate to this, and so we'll go ahead and dive right into it. What we want to talk about here is this sort of idea of being on ridge lines. And I think that if you're an individual who's been working on your career, or you're someone who's running a business and leading a business, you've worked really hard to kind of work your way up from the ground all the way up to this peak right here. And it feels good to get to a hilltop. You got a good view, you feel like you've accomplished something. But what's going on right now for a lot of us is we're sitting here and we don't know what to do because it looks like we don't have any good options. We've either got to go backwards, which I don't think any of us really want to do, or we've got to go down into the valley. And one of the things that Brandon and I want to share with you that we think is so important is that going down is not the same as going backwards. And sometimes when we're on our journey in life or in business or even in relationships, we've got to understand that we're going to have some of these peaks and valleys. And we don't want to go downhill and go down into the valley if we don't have to. That might look like cutting costs. That might look like cutting personnel. It might look like canceling a project or an initiative that you really like and you think would really work, but just can't make happen right now because times are just too tough. And we just really want to encourage you guys to believe that going down is not necessarily going backwards. And in fact, in many cases, we have to, if we're going to continue to make progress on our journey and get to these next peaks, to keep our mission in mind, to know that this is part of the journey and we're just going to have to do it. Unfortunately, if we try to camp out here, only a couple of things can happen. Either one is you're just going to kind of go stale, you're going to run out of supplies, and you're just going to kind of die in place on this hilltop, and that's not what you're looking to do, obviously. And the other thing that could happen is you could just sort of, get into the headwinds and start to slide back, to end up back down where you started. And that's not necessarily what we're trying to do either. So just one little tidbit, one little metaphor, maybe something that will help you right now to understand that, look, you've worked hard to get to this hilltop. You deserve it. But on your mission moving forward, you may have to go downhill a little bit. If you're an individual, that might look like, taking a salary or a position that you don't necessarily feel is commensurate with your experience, but it gets you in the game and it keeps you moving forward. So please keep moving forward. Understand that these dips are only temporary and they help you on your path to getting to higher peaks in the future. So good luck, and if we can be helpful, let us know.